Roswell is one of the most popular suburbs in North Atlanta, and it's easy to see why. If you're watching this video, you may be thinking about what the true cost of living in this amazing place is. Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're gonna break down the real monthly costs of things like power, natural gas, water and sewer, homeowners insurance, all of the things. So stick around to the end because we're gonna share 3 taxes that will take the biggest toll on your budget. Hey, I'm Allison.
And I'm Jennifer. We're local agents in your Atlanta area real estate experts, and we happen to be moms. So we help our buyers and sellers make smart decisions about where to live in North Atlanta. So if that sounds good, call or text the number on the screen or set up a consultation using the link in the comments. So grab a coffee, hit subscribe, and let's talk real world costs with examples you can actually use. So Roswell is one of Atlanta's most sought after suburbs. Whether you love the historic downtown, the exceptional dining, nightlife, beautiful parks and proximity to the Chattahoochee River, or the schools, Roswell has you covered with all of this. Now, this might not be the most exciting part of buying a home, but by the end, you'll know what to expect in Metro Atlanta and beyond, and how to lower some of these numbers so that you can have more money for the fun stuff.
That's right, and we're gonna compare it to national averages so that you can really get a sense of how Roswell compares. All right, so let's look at utilities in Roswell and what typical households are really paying. So in Roswell, the average household spends somewhere around $219 per month, and that's gonna be on electricity, which is somewhere around $2,600 per year. Now that is 12% less than the national average of around $3,000. Electricity costs are roughly 14 cents per kilowatt hour. The typical household uses around 1570 kilowatts per hour or 18,840 per year. I don't really totally know what that means, but let's just stick with the 3,000 per year, which is slightly less than that national average.
Yeah, we really just care about what's coming out of our pocket.
That's right.
Okay, and then we have natural gas. And Roswell benefits from Georgia's deregulated natural gas market, which keeps gas bills competitive, averaging around $100 to $180 per month, compared to the national average of $80 to $100 a month. So pretty comparable. Now, a quick tip when house hunting, check if the water heater, washer, dryer all run on gas, since gas appliances can save you hundreds of dollars a year, often over $500. So because the market is deregulated, you can shop around with multiple providers and you can find the best rates and terms that work for you. So how do these rates compare to your current bills? Drop us a comment and let us know what city you're in and how it compares to yours.
Okay, so on to sewer and water costs. So Roswell's a little bit different than some of the other cities. So first of all, water and sewer bills here in Roswell are going to be slightly higher than the Georgia average. The city uses a tiered system, so bills can rise in the summer if usage goes up. Now, most households can expect to pay somewhere between $100 and $120 per month, which is really similar to the national average of around $120. So here's another pro tip. Add a second meter for outdoor watering pool use. That way you're not paying the sewer fees for water that's not going into the sewer. And you'll be surprised with the savings.
Yeah, it's actually pretty huge. People don't know about it. All right, so you've got garbage and recycling as well. The city of Roswell does not cover garbage collection with property taxes. Instead, sanitation services are billed separately as part of your monthly utility bill. The fee's around $30 a month compared to the national average of $60. Now, you can opt out of having recycling and just have garbage, so you do have some options when choosing.
Okay, so let's talk about another big bill, which is the homeowner's insurance. So as of late 2025, the average home insurance in Roswell is around $1,980, which is 24% less than that national average of $2,600. So rates are rising about 8.5% in Georgia due to storm losses, higher repair costs, and tighter underwriting.
Yeah, and so a big thing that's happening too are the issues with older roofs and how that can affect your coverage. Many insurers now pay actual cash value instead of full replacement for older roofs. Some use roof surfacing payment schedules that cap payouts. So wind, hail deductibles often range from 1% to 5% of the coverage. So to keep costs down, document your roof condition, compare it with RVC policies versus those ACV policies, shop deductibles carefully, and ask about discounts for impact-resistant shingles or fortified roofs that have this like special coating on them. And so for sellers with older roofs, a pre-list inspection offering repairs or credits can help buyers get insurance and keep the sale on track. But keep that in your back pocket. You may not have to use it.
Yeah, and so back to the homeowner's insurance, make sure you line this up during your due diligence period. We've seen many cases where the insurance company will not insure because of the age of the roof that the buyer is purchasing. And this is a huge expense and needs to be negotiated with the seller before you move in.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on to taxes in Georgia and some of 2025 rules you'll actually feel. So as of 2025, Georgia's state income tax is a flat 5.19%. With plans to reduce it further, wait for it, I did say reduce it further, to 4.99% by 2027. So this rate is moderate compared to other states. Some like Alaska, Florida, Texas, Washington have no state income tax, while others like Hawaii go as high as like 11%.
Yeah.
Which I might be willing to pay if I lived in Hawaii.
So Georgia's state sales tax is 4%, and the local tax bring it to somewhere over 7%, which is slightly above the national average for comparison. So for comparison, let's look at California's state rate, which is 7.25%. New York's combined rate is 8.875%. So overall, Georgia's taxes are really competitive, with the income tax being lower than many high tax states and the sales tax being very close to that national average.
Yep, now on to real estate taxes. So homeowners in Roswell typically pay property taxes to both the city and to the county, which happens to be Fulton County, along with state income tax and local sales tax. So the median home in Roswell is about $452,000. So at an effective property tax rate of 0.79%, the average annual property tax is roughly $3,500 compared to the U.S. median home at the national effective rate of 1.02. And that would be around $4,000 per year.
So there are several exemptions out there to help you reduce your property taxes. Some of them you may have heard of: the homestead exemption, which lowers that taxable value of your primary residence. We also have senior exemptions, which give additional savings to homeowners that are 65 and older who meet the income limits, and veterans exemptions, which are going to reduce the tax bill based on the service or disability status. So these programs are really going to help cut into those annual property taxes for eligible homeowners.
Yeah, so here's a quick playbook to keep these costs in check. With all that said, there are some easy ways to keep your costs down. Electricity here is about 12% cheaper than the national average, and using energy efficient appliances or smart thermostats can save even more. Homes with gas appliances like water heater stoves or dryers can cut your utility bills by hundreds of dollars per year, and since the gas market is deregulated, shopping around for that best rate really pays off. Water and sewer bills can spike in the summer, so simple things like fixing leaks and watching your irrigation can help with those costs. Homeowners insurance is lower than the national average, but older roofs can bump up premiums. Keep your roof maintained, consider higher deductibles, or look for impact-resistant shingles that can save money.
Yeah, and as we talked about with the taxes, they're pretty reasonable. Georgia's flat 5.19% income tax is pretty moderate. The sales tax averages just over 7%, and the property taxes on a median Roswell home value are about $3,500 per year, which again is lower than that national average. And again, don't forget about those exemptions. Homestead, senior, veterans will shave a huge chunk off of your bill. And like Jen mentioned, those small choices about your appliances, getting a separate water meter, keeping your home up with good maintenance, that's really going to help save more money for the fun stuff in your life.
We think that's so important that we provide our clients like a maintenance checklist that they should be doing like quarterly or annually or every 5 years. So what do you think? The cost of living higher than what you expected here in Roswell? Drop us a comment and let us know what you think.
Yeah, and if you're relocating to Roswell or any of the North Atlanta suburbs, or you're just recalibrating your budget here, this is the framework that we use with our clients, and we'd love to provide this to you if it's something you're interested in. Feel free to reach out, shoot us a text, or set up an appointment using that calendar link that's pinned in the comments. And don't forget to check out our pros and cons of living in Roswell for additional information about this great suburb.
For more Atlanta area deep dives, drop your questions below, especially if you've run into roof and insurance hurdles. We'd love to hear about those. So we'll cover them in the comments and answer your questions and do a follow-up video. See you next week.